So I started a playlist. There's a playlist on YouTube Music called the Awkward Silence Playlist by Tech Trollmaker. And so if you want to see some of the kind of songs I listen to, granted, there's some songs there's not supposed to be there because I added a whole album of something instead of the songs. So I gotta go clean that up. But you want to see songs that I listen to on a maybe not regular basis, but some of my favorites. And that changes because it doesn't stay the same. It's kind of like one of the radio stations local have a top 100 every Memorial Day weekend. And so the songs that you think will be number one, the ones that you mentally say, well, these are my number one songs. And, it's going to be different. They picked Crazy Train. This is a classic radio, classic rock station. They picked Crazy Train as the greatest song. I would not have picked Crazy Train. I'm not even sure it would have been in my top 10. It is a good song, though, now that I think about it. Maybe it'd be in my top 20. I don't know. There's songs that would have been in my top, and they're not now. Time passes, the feelings fade. Because for me, music is about emotion and feeling and storytelling. And so, a lot of times, there's a song that means a lot to me. So, this morning I listened to Mr. Jones and by Counting Crows. And I was in AIT, Advanced Individual Training in the military, when this song came out. And this song made me think of my friend Jeff. He was still around then. So, because Mr. Jones, to me, my friend Jeff was Mr. Jones. And we weren't trying to be famous in some band. We wanted to be famous. Jeff wanted to be on David Letterman's show. He was like always trying to think, what is something we could do to get us on David Letterman's show? He was a big fan of David Letterman. And so, yeah, it's like, oh, what if we did this? And what if we did that? And I was like, no, they won't put us on the show. So, yeah, now it's not an option anymore. But, and when I was in AIT, there was a girl. She was really cool. I thought, man, that girl's really cool. So I knew, and this guy, he was really cool. And I don't even know their names anymore. But they were two cool people, and then they became a couple. And they still let me hang out with them. Because they were like the two coolest people in my platoon. Yeah. I think they were going to get married. Hopefully they did. I guess. If that was the right thing for them, I hope they got married. So. Because after AIT, they were going somewhere else, and I was going to my home base, which was totally different from what they were going to. So, wasn't going to see them again. Didn't occur to me to collect addresses. Never been good at this whole people thing. Anyway, it's a good day. I had to take my mom for some blood work. She's got a doctor's appointment next week. I got to take her to kind of look at the results and probably have to make some med changes. All right, well, guess we're gonna stop the video. I don't know who's calling me from 401. Somebody's calling me from a 401 area code. That doesn't ring a bell to me. So, decline. I don't even know where 401 is. I'll ask Google or ChatGPT later. I literally check area codes before I answer phones, because if I don't know that I do business with somebody in a particular area code, I don't pick up the phone. And my phone still rings. People still trying to sell me stuff. So we'll see. Had the appraiser yesterday. That was quick. Took pictures of all the rooms, even my teenage daughters. Anyway, so that's probably what you use to blackmail people when you do these things, right? Say, look at their teenager's room. Yeah. And then he took his cool laser and measured all the rooms. That is so cool. I want a laser where I can go and measure the size of things really quickly. Pretty cool. But anyway, took pictures just to see what kind of curb appeal my house has. So, yeah. It was a lot less stressful than I thought it would be. I mean, I haven't gotten results back yet. But my wife thought it was like an inspection. No, this is an appraisal. He's going to come and tell us what he thinks the house is worth. And then they're going to use that to decide if we are worthy to borrow the amount of money we want to borrow. It's not that much compared to house prices. So, it should be fine. But my wife might get her feelings hurt because she's got this big number. And I'm like, nope, it's this number. I'm not going to tell you those numbers. I'm just going to go with that. My number says it's this, and her number's way up there. And I want her number to be right. I do not wish to be right about this. So, because after we fix it up, and if we get our head together and we do sell the property, then so I can buy land and have tiny houses. Because I'm looking on Amazon, you can buy a tiny house for about $25,000, $30,000. Granted, you still got to do septic tank, you got to do water line, you got to do a well, you got to do a septic tank, you got to clear the land if it hasn't been cleared already, you got to flatten it out even if it's been cleared out to make it flat enough to have it level. And then my wife's going to want a storm shelter, which I'm totally okay with, because she is a weather freak. She watches Ryan Hall, y'all, who has a weather app he recommends that has y'all mode. I think she loves watching these storm chasers. So, cool. And then she tells me way ahead of time, we're getting a storm and such and such. Just tell me when it's going to rain, though. I literally have to go and get my own weather for that. It used to be I didn't have to get my own weather. She was my weather bug. She would tell me what the weather was going to be the next day. I never had to even look up the weather because she told me. Now she only tells me when it's going to be stormy. But I need to know when it's going to rain. So, anyway. I had a cousin of mine that he was a cool dude. He passed away. He was he needed a kidney transplant, and he was having to do dialysis, and I think it got to the point where his health reached the point where they said a kidney transplant would not save you at this point. And so he made the decision to cancel dialysis, and passed away quick. I wasn't expecting that. I really didn't. Anyway, so his wife's really cool. She was one of the coolest people. Still one of the coolest people, probably, but she introduced me to music that had not hit my own radar. So, she was my musical bad influence. All the stuff I listened to that I probably wasn't supposed to. Like AC/DC and Rod Stewart and Kansas. She had those albums. I heard her records of those first. You know? So, and her husband was cool. Very giving, nice, awesome guy. A of crafty skills, carpentry, and that type of thing. So, yeah. Really cool stuff. So anyway, that's my day. Happy Wednesday. This has been the weirdest week because Tuesday was so Monday. You know, I kept trying to do Monday things on Tuesday and it wasn't working for me because I just couldn't make it work. So anyway, all right. Hope you have a fantastic day. And yeah, me too. It's gonna be a good day. I'm enjoying it so far. Gonna hang out with my granddaughter all afternoon. The girl that babysits our granddaughter is going off to a horse show. She is a barrel rider. Very cool. And it's going up to a competition. And so, yeah. So, anyway. So, I'm babysitting today, and my wife's going to babysit tomorrow while I work. So I took the day off. What's a better way to spend the day than just hanging out with somebody? Even if you do have to feed them and change their diapers, which I am capable of and do. So, unless she does that whole twisty thing, or if she likes to turn circles and spin around when you're trying to change her diapers. She is